Sao Paulo may not be the most well-known city in South America, especially for those living in the Falklands, but that is soon set to change as the new air link between the islands and Brazil begins this week. So we're here in central Sao Paulo this evening, where behind me the Falkland Islands delegation is holding a reception to celebrate the start of the second air link joining with South America. The work behind this flight has been going on since 2005, but some of the big steps were taken 3 years ago.
Good evening and welcome to you all, and thank you for finding the time to join us. December 2016 there was a meeting in London where the principles of the joint agreement and particularly the specifics around the flight were agreed. Following that, we then pressed on through a design and procurement process, went through a classic procurement process, got the necessary advisors alongside that, and we are here today with a new second flight, wide-body jet to the Falkland Islands, to Sao Paulo every Wednesday.
You know, this isn't an effort just by ourselves. This is an effort by many, many people over a great number of years. This has been an ambition of the government for many, many years. We just happen to have the conditions right to make it happen, and we're very pleased that it's been able to be brought to fruition.
The delegation didn't just travel to Brazil to see the flight back to the Falklands. The time was used to help forge new relationships in South America. Business leaders and tourism delegates accompanied the assembly members to meetings where they promoted potential trade opportunities, as well as selling the islands as a new tourist destination.
We're going to see a tremendous effect on the island's economy, particularly with tourism, but also with industries. Construction people want to get engaged in our capital program, and we've already seen evidence of that in the meetings we've had while we've been here. So I think it's living up to all our hopes that people in Sao Paulo in Brazil, they see the importance of this link, and I think it's going to be very successful, just as that first LATAM flight was, the land flight as it was in the 90s that started. People were unsure just how successful that was going to be, and I think we're going to see that with the second flight. We will be surprised in a couple of years' time of just how important it has been.
Business and trade aside, the new flight will bring benefits on a more personal level too.
Well, purely for islanders, of course, it's going to give us another means of getting away from the Falkland Islands for holidays and for travel. So it opens up all sorts of things. So it means we now have the air bridge coming in twice a week. We have the land flight on the Saturday, and now we've got another flight on a Wednesday. We're starting to see what most countries have had all the time, which is much more easy access to transport out of the islands. And I think we're all going to benefit from that in ways that we don't really understand yet. I think we'll see how it goes over the next few years, but I think it's going to be very successful.
This new air link will be joining Sao Paulo and Mount Pleasant Airport once a week, with a monthly stopover in Cordoba in each direction. As for this week's trip, there were the usual weather scares back in Stanley, but that's not going to hold the delegation from making the inaugural flight. The new link will undoubtedly bring benefits to the islands as it fulfills one of the key elements of the islands plan. Sao Paulo is the 10th richest city in the world, with forecasters claiming it will rise to 6th by 2025. The trade between the city and the islands will bring an estimated increase in economic activity of over £2 million per year, as well as forecasted growth in the tourism, retail and hospitality sectors. As an airport, Sao Paulo is a hub, with connecting flights to destinations across the globe. And despite some initial local reservations, the link is set to grow into an important part of island life.